as a kid, I always had an affinity for the natural world, and I loved the outdoors. I didn't get a lot of it growing up in Chicago, so I never really paid special attention to it as a kid or as a teenager. And then when I went to college, I took my first natural history and ecology class. That class changed my life.
I came up here for the first time doing my undergrad at Washington State University, and I got to go out to OBS and see some migrating raptors, which I had never seen before, and saw a few birds in the hand. I think it was a merlin and a sharp-shinned hawk, and I left and said to myself, I have to work here. It's kind of an indescribable feeling of seeing that for the first time.
I think I first visited the Chelan Ridge HawkWatch in probably 1999, early 2000s, and I followed my dad up here. He's a raptor research biologist for Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, and I had grown up having opportunities to kind of tag along with him, and I had heard of HawkWatches and just latched onto it. That was certainly kind of the foundation for where I'm at today.
I ended up applying and getting hired on to the Bonnie Butte crew. And so worked my first migration season, really got stoked on raptors there. Hard not to when you really have the opportunity to spend that much time.
It's been really great being able to start out with HawkWatch and work on the migration sites and then continue to work for them as a technician and then a field biologist. And now I'm a graduate student at Boise State University getting a master's of science in raptor biology. And HawkWatch is supporting me through that, and I get to work with HawkWatch through the whole time, which is great.
In general, I feel like when I was in the field, I didn't see a lot of representation. My mom is not from here. My mom's from Colombia. I haven't seen a lot of diversity in the field, and I think my approach to trying to change that would be through education. Education and outreach, I think, has the real potential for really kind of reaching and including and increasing accessibility to communities who maybe don't necessarily have the same access. Never would I have thought as a child that I could be where I am now. And in my head, kind of seeing that happen in the field and working in the field and not seeing a lot of representation, I was like, okay, the only way to change this is to be that person in a classroom and let kids know you can do this too and how.
Throughout my experience, I've always had people kind of in my corner that I felt were there to hear my needs and then to also give advice and to give guidance. And one of the things that I think is amazing is that now I get to do that for other people.
A lot of people who work a migration season return, not only for other migration seasons, but also for other field tech work or internships. So HawkWatch, especially with our community science department, you have people who are building a skill set in some of these migration opportunities, and they're able to continue building them in other places in the organization over time.
We're always thinking about ways and doing our best, given the tough circumstances and like the little pay that we can give people, to be better mentors and like open those doors for those folks because they have potential. It's just we need to tap that potential and like allow them to show it to the world. I think for me that is part of the mission, like it's my responsibility to give these people on our crews opportunities to succeed. Coming full circle and now like being a little bit on the opposite side of that, like being able to be a mentor for individuals like I was, I think is one of the most rewarding things for me.
The skills you walk away with are lifelong and invaluable. They will serve you wherever you go, whether it's on a professional basis or even on a personal basis. Now wherever I go, I see raptors everywhere. It's hard to not notice them. And that feels really special because what that means to me is that I'm always engaged with place.
A lot of hard work went in to getting to where I am today, and I am just so grateful to be here and to have had all of the experiences and to be able to grow as a biologist with HawkWatch, to basically start from square one and then be where I am now has been just an amazing experience.